Chelsea won a game. We scored a goal. We kept a clean sheet. Well, who would have thought of that today? Jesus H. Christ. Apologies for my blasphemy. Wow. Listen, it wasn't all hunky-dory, was it? It wasn't the best match in the world, but considering all the crap at the moment, behind the scenes with the owners, all the politics, all the shenanigans, all the cancer running through the club, the head coach nonsense, Liam Rosini going, player stuff this, stuff that, stuff this, stuff that, whatever. All the crap going on at the club. Listen, let's enjoy something positive for one day. Chelsea won, Leeds United 0. Chelsea in an FA Cup final again. Can we win this one? Well, that's to be discussed at another date. It's going to be Chelsea versus Manchester City in the 2026 FA Cup final. Well, look, for a game, it was almost a game of two halves, wasn't it? That first half, we were more in control. We had the possession. We were the better side. We were the team pushing forward. We were the team with a bit more energy, with a bit more positivity. And I did my sort of half-time talk, didn't I? Discussing sort of the tactics in the first half. Yeah, they had a good chance after 14 minutes when they split through our defence. I can't remember the guy who shot, but it was a great save. Now look, Sanchez, we give him a hard time. He is actually a very good shot stopper, isn't he? He's just woeful at his feet. And he pulled off a couple of great saves today. But that one in the 14th minute sort of kept us in the game. Yeah, well, good save. Sanchez, well done, mate. Thank you very much. What do we have? We carried on control in the first half. They were sitting back. You knew the tactics. They wanted to hit us on the counter. They wanted to hit us in transition because we're vulnerable. It's our Achilles heel, being hit on the counter. We tend to get split wide open. People run through us. Like we're not even there at times. And we always had that little worry in the first half because we were pushing quite high up, weren't we? But we were keeping the ball pretty well for a change. Pedro hit the post after 21 minutes. Slightly unlucky. Sometimes you see it when it hits the inside of the near post like that. The amount of times the ball actually goes in the back of the net. This time it didn't. It went across goal and away for safety. But we kept on pushing. We kept in control. And in the 23rd minute, I thought one player who he had a good game, a little bit more quiet in the second half, but we know why most players were a little bit quiet in the second half because we were sitting back. But Pedro Neto, I thought, probably had his best game for a while. He was full of energy. He was full of confidence. He was full of running. He was full of effort, guile. You know, he was full of passion. He wanted to get stuck in and give it some. He worked his socks off today, Pedro Neto. Well, he gets the ball wide and he dinks in a lovely cross. If you notice, Enzo, before he gets that lovely head on the ball, he actually tracks back, he steps back, lets those defenders move in front of him, leaves him clear. Bosh. Header in the back of the net, 1-0. Great goal. Lovely assist from Pedro Neto. Great goal for Enzo. And the game carried on like that for a little bit. You know, we were still in control, still running it, not really creating too much more. Leeds still sitting back. The only time they really pushed up was that one chance after 14 minutes or whenever we had the ball at our feet in and around our box where they pressed on us. Apart from that, they sat back. João Pedro, after about 29 minutes, had a volley from near the edge of the box, just inside the box, half sliced it wide past the far post, and that was about it. For us, there wasn't really any more chances in the first half. And Okafor, for them, had a high and wide shot from outside the box. Probably went into row, I don't know, P or something in the stands. But apart from that, there was nothing really. Chance-wise, overall, there weren't a lot, but I think just about we deserved that half-time lead. Anyway, like I said in my short at half-time, I thought that Leeds needed to tweak a few things. They needed to step up. They needed to be a bit more positive going forward, a bit quicker on the ball, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, they made a couple of substitutions. They changed the formation at the back, which allowed them to push another man further forward up the pitch. And the second half sort of turned its ugly face on us and went the other way. Where we were in charge in the first half, Leeds were pressing us. Leeds were on us and at us. But I've got to say, for as much as they tried and hustled and bustled and pushed us back and made us defend throughout that second half, they only really created that one chance with Calvert-Lewin's header, which ended up being a very simple save for Sanchez. Almost forgot his name then, blimey. Literally a minute after that, João Pedro had a chance. Good work by Gusto. Gusto was a bit hit and miss today, especially with his panicking. He's just hitting the ball first time and kicking it up the field instead of putting his foot on the ball, controlling it, looking, and then passing a sensible pass. He's too much in a rush, too much panic. Oh, here's the ball, bang. But this one time, in the 47th minute, made a good run down the right-hand side, cut inside, made the bloke slide on his arse past him, embarrassed him, and put the ball into João Pedro. Now, I thought João Pedro was going to hit it with at least his first or his second touch. Should have shot a lot quicker than he did. And by the time he sort of tried to squeeze through a couple of players, he delayed himself so much that the ball ended up going out for a corner. It just fizzled out, really. Should have hit it earlier. But I don't want to knock João Pedro too much. Overall, I thought he played very well. Throughout the game, I think there were two players on Chelsea's team that could have had that man of the match. For me, it was between João Pedro and actually Enzo Fernandez. Worked tirelessly, showed passion, was here, there and everywhere and scored what turned out to be the winning goal for us. But João Pedro leading that line, he was absolutely fantastic. Whether he was right upfield and controlling it, keep the player off, a little bit of skill, flicking it this way, flicking it that way, losing his marker, laying it off, doing everything just right. Or he was dropping back deeper, collecting the ball, and then creating a pass to one of our players that opened up the field for us to push it wide. I thought he led that line extremely well. Probably 100 times better than Liam Delap ever could do. So I think I think they gave Enzo the man of the match just because he scored. Goal scorers always tend to get the man of the match, don't they? So second half, Sanchez ended up pulling off that great save. I think his name was Struck or something for Leeds. A cracking shot from outside the box, and he pushed it over the crossbar, Sanchez. So that was a couple of really, really good saves by him. But again, he's a good shot stopper. It's other things he's a bit iffy about, isn't he, the geezer? And obviously, they had that header through Calvert-Lewin. Garnacho had a shot deflected over for a corner. There were some substitutions. Santos came on for Lavia. Cole Palmer came on for Garnacho. Garnacho was busy in the first half, but with no end product again. He was losing the ball at his own feet, or he was having the ball taken off of him, or his crosses or his shots were just absolutely feeble and a waste of time. But his energy levels were brighter. But it was still no surprise that he got substituted in the second half. Then João Pedro went off in the 96th minute for De Crap to come on and didn't leave him any time to do anything. Not that he would probably have done anything. But that all aside, that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. Game of two halves. We were the busier and better in the first half. Leeds were the slightly busier and slightly better in the second half. but with no punch. They had no end product, and it surprised me. I thought they would have been right up for it, and I'm extremely surprised that Chelsea ended up winning today, scoring today, and keeping a clean sheet today. But I'm going to take it because it doesn't happen very often, does it? Doesn't happen often enough. But I am going to mention almost £2 billion spent on the squad, and it's still sad that that's the strongest squad we can put out, and that's the strongest bench we can have after almost 2 billion. You'd expect almost 2 billion in 4 years. You would have an elite first team and an elite substitutes bench. So it's not as good as some people make out within the club, is it? But I'm going to take that today. Come on, we're in a final. One big problem with getting to the FA Cup final, and especially if we do win it, which is going to be very difficult considering we haven't beaten Manchester City since the 2021 Champions League final. So it's 5 years now since we've beaten them in any competition. Getting to the final, and if we win it, it's going to make Egbarley and Bowley and Feliciano and Wiss and Walters and all that feel justified in everything they've done. They're going to be going, see, we got to an FA Cup final, man. Our process is working. Wow, kiss my own ass, man. In fact, I want you to kiss my ass and you to kiss my ass. Well, you can keep kissing your own ass and hopefully you suck yourself up there. This doesn't justify the £2 billion spent. This doesn't justify you killing our club. This doesn't justify you scamming supporters and just scamming the scene full stop. It doesn't justify you lying to us. It doesn't justify you putting a kinetic coaching system in people with no coaching badges or no pro licenses and etc, etc, etc. The lies, the PR, just the absolute cancer you've spread amongst our club. Getting to an FA Cup final doesn't justify all that, does it? No. So please, all you toxics, and please, all you plastics out there, again, put your tissues away. Stop playing with yourselves. This does not change anything. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the fact we're in an FA Cup final. But that's all it is. We haven't won the FA Cup. We're in an FA Cup final. That's it. We've got Manchester City to get past. And that's a whole different ball game. We could win it. But even if we do win the FA Cup, stop jacking yourselves off. All right? It doesn't change a thing. The situation still remains. Our club is still in an absolute mess. Okay? The debts and everything. The debts, the money spilling out of club, the trouble our club is in, on and off the pitch, due to Blue Coat and Clear Lake. This doesn't change a single thing, guys. All right, so stop getting excited. All right. Go and have 5 minutes on your PlayStation if you want a bit of adrenaline. All right. But we're in the FA Cup final. Chelsea won. All right. I'm going to tell you from my perspective, it doesn't make me feel any more confident with the rest of the games that we have this season. It really doesn't. I mean, that second half, I wouldn't say we went into a lull, and I was frightened we would go into a lull in that second half, because we always do at some stage in the game, don't we? I wouldn't say it was a lull, but we sat back and we went negative. First half, we were positive for 40 minutes of it. 38 to 40 minutes. And we looked better off for it. But the last sort of 5 minutes, they pushed on us. And the second half, we sat back and we sat back. We were what like Leeds were in the first half. And I don't actually think we had a shot at goal in the second half, did we? We certainly didn't have one on target. But, I mean, that says everything, not having a shot at goal in the second half. But we did go negative, and we don't normally do well. Tosin, I don't want him playing for Chelsea, but he was okay. I wouldn't say he was brilliant. There was a couple of times he gave the ball away with dodgy passes, and there were a couple of times he was caught out of position. Chalobah, only slightly better. Caicedo worked hard, worked very hard, got stuck in. There's still a little bit of shine missing off his game. There's still something disappeared for the time being that he needs to get back. That little bit extra that he normally has. But he had an okay game. Gusto needs to calm down when he gets the ball instead of just oofing it like a Sunday morning player. He needs a bit more composure, a bit more calm, son. All right, you need to chill a little bit. You need to control the ball, look up, play a sensible ball instead of just oofing it. And sometimes you oof it, you get caught out of position, the ball ends up going back over the top of you. Who else? Cucurella was busy, got caught out a couple of times wide, but overall industrious, getting stuck in and irritating the hell out of the Leeds players. So he was all right. Lavia drifted in and out. I wouldn't say he was poor, but he wasn't great. Neto, I thought, had a much better game, more so in the first half. But the second half, everyone sat back, so that affected him. Garnacho, end product again, ball at his feet again. But energetic and busier. João Pedro, excellent up front, sort of holding the ball up and sort of laying it off and setting it someone else up on a run. I thought he did very well. He was very strong up front. Still should have shot earlier when he had that chance from Gusto. Enzo, another one of the better players. Energetic, passionate, getting stuck in, working hard, back and forth. Scored the winner. Who have I missed out on? Well, De Crap did nothing when he came on. Cole Palmer didn't really have a chance to do anything because we was all sitting back. He actually worked a bit defensively, so I give him that. Anyone I'm missing? I must be missing someone, surely. Santos came on. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. Just, there was a bit more unity together. There was a bit more coming together between them. They played as one a bit more than what we've seen for a while. But I still don't think there's enough there to get me excited and get me thinking that we've turned a corner, because we haven't. We've got a long way to go, a very long way to go. And I don't really think we're actually going to make it with this squad. We need wholesale changes. We need a rebuild, even after all that money. Anyone that's got a bit of savvy knows that this squad, anyone knows it's way off what it should be. Come on, almost 2 billion spent. We should be miles here. We should be up in that top two fighting for the Premier League. And we're not. We're sitting down in 8th or 9th or whatever it is now. But hey, FA Cup final. FA Cup final. Again, don't get excited because it's just an FA Cup final. Doesn't change all the crap that's being done to the club behind the scenes. It doesn't erase anything that Blue Co and Clear Lake have done to us. Doesn't erase a single thing. So, again, let's enjoy the moment. But, yeah, it's still win, lose or draw, Blue Co out. But we're in the FA Cup final, baby. Yeah, I'll be back again. But that's it. Chelsea won, Leeds United 0. We've done the Leeds United. Third time of asking this season. Third time lucky against Leeds after a draw, then a defeat, a draw, and now a win. So, we're there. But we're still shit, and we're still in a shit situation. So, again, win, lose or draw, Blue Co out. Enjoy it. Wasn't great, but hey-ho. Little bit of progress today, just a little bit. And don't think it was anything to do with Callum McFarlane, because that was down to the players today more than anybody, more than anyone. That was down to the players. And even Enzo before the game, he's getting the players together. He's like, come on, we can do it. So it was a good effort from the players, better attitude, more spirit, more fight, more passion, and a bit more love towards Chelsea Football Club from them. Next game is away to Nottingham. Well, sorry, it's at home to Nottingham Forest. I think that's Monday week. Let's see how that goes. That's got to be the next test. And trust me, they're in shit hot form. They're buzzing. We're crap at home. Yeah, even that won't change it. If we win there, that won't change a thing. Again, no matter what Blue Coat do from now on, no matter what they say, get out of our club. But there we go. We're Wembley bound again. All right. Might speak to you again later if I hear anything more. If not, I'll probably come back with a report tomorrow and have another chat. Until then, my geezers. Until then, my peoples. Carefree, wherever it may be, we are the famous CFC. Chelsea. Blue Coat out.